Hear ye, hear ye, this is Lord Potato, and this is What If Asta Was the Vessel of G.O.D. God. Part 3, the end of this What If series. But yeah, I am going to end it off on part 3, because truly, this What If series wasn't supposed to be a What If series. It was just supposed to be a movie. But I didn't get to do it as a movie because the day I was recording, I realized that my Wi-Fi was turned off, and I tried to upload it without my Wi-Fi, but it just didn't work. Well, mostly I didn't do it for like a couple hours. No, I didn't do the movie. I just ended off at part 1, but yeah. But that didn't work it. So, of course, yeah, so I'm gonna end it off on part 3. I should also mention that the car. I should also mention that I am going to do another What If series. That, well, what's it called? Demon suggested, like on Discord and all that. What's it called? I'm also going to return, what's it called? Well, bring back the What If called What If Naruto was Dabi, Shigaraki, and Benchamaru's reincarnation. Of course, I know that some people hated that series and some people liked it, but I'm gonna bring it back and finish that off. I was thinking of like changing what's called Shigaraki for what's called well what's called I was thinking of changing him for Jogo, but then again I'll have to redo the series and I just don't want to do that. But yeah. So instead I'm just gonna keep the all three characters together because fuck it, I don't care. But yeah. So let me just begin into the series and let me just shut up after that. But yeah. No recaps because it hasn't been 1 month. It has just been like 7 hours ago. But yeah, 9, 7, 8. I don't know how long. But yeah. But let me begin, okay? So we go into Asta. Asta is right now just. So we begin into Asta. Wait. So we begin into Asta. Asta is right now just in his kind of worshiper kind of, mostly in somewhere in a place like a building of a hideout. Of course, he is looking at his 6 commanders and also his 3 angels. Now, of course, this is where, so his 6 commanders is one is called not fallen angel. No, one is fuck it. One is fallen angel, the first commander, and that was the user with the compost magic. Of course, where her kind of lover, whatever, friend or whatever, is called the Plague of Doctor, or not Plague Doctor. Yeah, Plague Doctor, because she's able to kind of use viruses to just kill people off. Second commander, that's what she is. Then the other 4 are basically the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Of course, those are all of the 6 commanders. Let's see where, he looks at his 3 angels. Now, of course, his 3 angels is, one is named, so one is named Fubuki, and of course, it's a girl with kind of darkish green hair. These are like very greenish eyes, darkish kind of greenish eyes. And of course, she kind of has these angel kind of greenish wings. Of course, that's where, the second angel is this girl with blondish hair, dullish blue eyes, and of course having these kind of, darkish wings. But yeah, of course, but mostly one is white, one is kind of black, but yeah. Of course, next to, the other person is a girl with kind of orange hair, lightish green eyes, and of course kind of has stars in it. Of course, the other 2 do have stars, and, instead of having a pupil, it's a star. And of course, their hair colors are actually completely different from just normal. The dark green hair girl actually has, darkish green hair, but of course, like twinkling stars actually appear. Like if she kind of had like this universe on her hair and all that. And so the blondish hair girl kind of had a very goldenish like aura hair on her head. Of course, like if it was the sun or fire or anything like that, or if it was light entirely. But yet kind of had this dark personality. And so then the third person had what's called like this kind of peaceful presence towards her. Like everything around her loves her. Now, of course, it worked well. She had a flower crown right now around her head, and of course, it worked well. She was also having wings that were angel wings, but of course, they were kind of a greenish color, but they were made out of plants and all that. Of course, it worked well. She kind of had this kind of very lovable presence around her, but yeah. Of course, where her lightish green eyes smiles while mostly looks at Asta and just smiles at him. All of them smiles at Asta. Asta grins at them and just says, "So, what are my three angels doing right now?" This is where, well, all of them blush, but this is where they say that they're mostly just here. Now, of course, the first one was named Fubuki, the second one was called Junko, and then the third one was called Mimosa. But yeah. Of course, Asta smiles with them, and of course with this like evilish grin. Now, of course, all of them smile towards him with this gentle grin, but yeah, or mostly a smile. Of course, this is where he looks at his 6 commanders and says that in 7 days they will be able to go into war now between the devils, the false god, and those damn royals. It's where, well, the 6 commanders understand, and of course they go their separate ways. Well, mostly the kind of 4 of the horsemen apocalypse goes towards to command their own legion, while the other 2 kind of goes together and command their own legion. But yeah, this is where the angels were about to leave until Asta says, "Where are you going? You know, it's very rude of you to just leave God by himself." Asta kind of just licks his teeth. This is where, well, all of the angels kind of blush and say, "Sorry about that, Asta-kun." This is where, well, Asta says, "Still, are you all happy being together?" This is where, well, they kind of say yes. And of course, to where, well, Asta smiles and says, "Good, I'm happy." This is where, well, they say, "We're happy also." Of course, they're not like being under control of Asta's power. They're right now just they're very happy around Asta because Asta is this all-powerful being. It's not because out of, well, respect or fear or anything that they fear him. No, it's just the fact that Asta kind of gave them power in a different life than they would have lived if they would have continued life without him. But yeah. Of course, the word Mimosa is the most happy because she can be with Asta, and no way in hell she would ever let Noelle do whatever stupid shit that she would have done. But yeah. Of course, well, Asta says, "Well, I must be going then." That's what, well, they say, "Do we follow you, Asta-kun?" That's where Asta says, "No, I'll be fine." That's where Asta goes to see, well, Sister Lily. Sister Lily woke up and of course she's confused. She thought she was kind of possessed by something else. But of course, this is where, well, when she wakes up, she kind of like looks up and sees Asta just standing there and saying, "Oh, hello there, Sister Lily. You woken up." That's what Sister says. "Asta?" "Yep." "So, what are you doing there?" This is where Sister Lily says, what? "Well, I feel like you're still not yourself thanks to the fact that I got rid of you from another soul user, magic user, and all that, since I destroyed that part of magic. But I know that you're still yourself." It's what, well, Sister Lily says, "I guess so. I feel like I have a headache." "Don't worry, you can take as much as you need, Sister Lily. You're protected by people that love you. Besides, you don't really need to do anything." That's where Sister Lily says, "Asta, how much do you hate Yuno?" Asta says, "Oh, I don't hate him at all." Sister Lily says, "Don't lie, Asta. I can feel your hatred somewhat." That's where Asta says, "Really? I don't hate him at all. I'm telling you the truth." That's where Sister Lily says, "Are you sure?" "Yep. You can trust me 100%. Asta kind of says, "Well, I gotta go." That's where Sister Lily says, "Okay." Asta disappears. Of course, where Asta smashes his fist to the tree, destroying in an instant. The fact that he added the lie saying that he doesn't hate Yuno at all, when he fucking hates him. Multi-universe level hatred out here. Like, he hates Yuno a lot. And of course, Asta, he then just walks away, but yeah. Of course, we go into 7 days later. Well, 7.5 days later. Mostly it's been 3 days. And so, Lucius is trying to get up and trying to get his power all together to fight against this so-called god named Asta. But mostly it was called God's vessel. Of course, he doesn't believe that. He believes he's the god of this world now, and he should bring purity to this world, not Asta, which is confusing how Asta's still alive. But yeah, Lucius is right now collecting all the devils out of the underworld to kind of get to the overworld. So of course that's happening. Of course, Asta. Sorry about that. But Asta's right now collecting his army and his 6 commanders and 3 angels to go along with him to destroy, Lucius' army, but of course to destroy the royals. But yeah, and the royals are right now just trying to calculate it and what the fuck is happening. But of course, they're right now just going to war. But of course, where Asta asked a favor with the Diamond Kingdom. Now, of course, the Diamond Kingdom kind of, is ruled by Mars, and Mars understands that he needs to attack the Clover Kingdom. Now, of course, he is going to attack the not Clover Kingdom, and specifically, mostly the Spade Kingdom. This is where, the Spade Kingdom is the weakest, and of course, is right now held by Yuno's kind of like captive of him being the king. And he wants to stop that from happening, but yeah. Of course, Asta doesn't like care about Yuno being king. It'd just be funny enough to just stop him and ruin his fucking dreams. But yeah, of course, Asta is now just waiting for the perfect time to strike. But of course, we go into the last 4 days. Well, the last kind of like 3-ish 4 days. Of course, the last 3 to 4 days happens, and of course a war is broken out. The war has finally begun. The beginning of the end. Of course, the battle is happening. Of course, where all of the 6 commanders are right now on the battlefield, going to attack the devils and even what's it called, Lucius' army, and also the royal army. But yeah, the royal army is actually being destroyed pretty easily thanks to the devils and all that. But of course, the devils are being destroyed by, the 6 commanders. The 6 commanders are easily blasting through them. It's where, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are right now in their 4 different, what's called using their abilities. It's where all of them uses different magic attacks. The first 4 of the horsemen is called Conquest. And of course, he uses this magic ability to boost up everyone to become extremely strong and magic and all that. Right now, everyone is rushing through the devils and destroying the devils' territory and the territory of the Clover Kingdom. Right now, pushing them all further back. Of course, the second one activates this magic called War, and of course, everyone became a brave, bloodthirsty warrior to murder anything. Of course, the devils are even getting pushed more back. But yeah, every time territory is captured by the worshippers and the destroyers or whatever, Conquest, the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse, the Conquest magic ability is getting stronger and stronger, meaning that the bonus and boosts of power is becoming stronger and stronger. This is where the warriors, war one is actually becoming also stronger and stronger. This is where, the third one is called Famish or whatever the hell it's called. And of course, I don't actually know what the hell that even does, but I'm gonna just guess it's pollution or some kind of disaster, pollution, whatever, a virus. Of course, the plague doctor, she actually starts using what's called the pollution and the virus around very dangerous things to kill people, which means that it helps the kind of Conquest one and the war one to get stronger. This is where the last one is death. all those that are dying just get stoned into him, meaning that he is actually powering up the other three. But yeah, of course that is happening, and of course the doubles and everyone else is losing until Yuno and Noel sees Asta, and even what's it called? Lucius sees where Asta's at. That's where they're rushing towards Asta to fight him. And this is where Asta sees all of them just rushing towards him. This is where Asta says, I see. So you come here to die. Good to know. Okay, so, I didn't pass out. No, I'm just kidding. But for it, let me go back into the what if. So, we go into Asta. Asta is right now seeing Lucius, Yuno, and even what's it called, Noel rushing towards him. Asta sees them all rushing towards him. And this is where Asta looks at them with a care in the world. Well, he doesn't give a shit that much. He doesn't have a care in the world, so yeah. This is where, well, before Noel and Yuno can actually get closer, this is where three angels appear and, of course, almost blasts them actually away. Lucius didn't actually get attacked, but Lucius sent this where he sent what's called soul manipulation on Asta. It doesn't do jack shit to Asta. Asta looks confused at Lucius. This is where Asta grins for the first time with this very evil smirk. Asta appears right in front of Lucius, smashing a knee into Lucius' stomach. Lucius just but before he goes even launch back, Asta grabs him from the arm, snaps that shit like it was nothing, then fucking elbows him in the face, then punch him in the goddamn stomach, like in the chest, smashing some ribs, and of course Lucius was smashed to the ground. Lucius is trying to get back up, but this is where Asta's appear right now, is slamming a leg down to the ground, smashing Lucius down to the ground. Right now he can't do anything, but he's getting his ass beat right now by Asta. Asta seems to be barely even trying, but this is where, well, Asta says, alright, is this all you got, false god? This is where he thinks that, well, Lucius, this is all what he has. This is where Asta then just kicks him out of the way. This is where, well, he smashed Lucius into multiple trees, but yeah. This is where, well, Lucius is trying to get back up. Yuno and, well, Noel are trying to fight against the three angels. This is where Noel realized that, Mimosa's in the three angels. This is where the three angels says, you will not be going anywhere near our god. This is where, well, Asta's trying to walk closer towards Lucius until he felt this weird strange of energy. This is where, well, he felt that God is finally now taking control over him. This is where he says, no, I need to get this revenge. I won't let. This is where Asta falls unconscious. But this is where, well, God says, you will now be mine. This is where, well, God is finally taking over control of Asta. And saying, well, it's interesting that I'm in this world. This is where God now has Asta's body, saying it's now mine. This is where Lucius says, this is where before he even says anything, God appears right now, smashing a fist into Lucius, smashing him across the earth crust into, well, the deeper cores of earth. This is where God says, me? Well, I'm God himself, you pathetic bitch. Universal pull. He then pulls what's called Lucius from the core through the crust and of course appearing right in front of God's hand. This is where, well, he has what's called Lucius from the face. This is where God says, I am God, and I am only playing with your mortals like some kind of foolish toy that I might break on an instant. Well, how about it? This is where Asta, he's falling unconscious until Mimosa sees, well, this isn't Asta, and says, Asta! This is where, well, God turns around and says, oh, you must be the toy that, well, my God vessel. Well, this vessel, this is such a great. Should probably kill you also. This is where, well, he was about to kill, well, Mimosa until something happens. He feels like he's losing control. Asta is actually taking back control of his own body, saying, "Fuck off for a second. I'm not giving up on my revenge, and I'm not giving up on my friends and my loved ones. So I'm gonna tell you one thing and one thing only. Fuck you." He bites into God's head because, well, they're in the unconscious world. And of course, also rips off a good chunk of God's head and all that. God says, "What are you doing?" He's trying to fight back against Asta. And Asta says, "I won't give up." This is where, well, Asta starts kind of eating, well, God. And of course, where God is trying to fight back. But of course, where Asta then eats all of him. Of course, where, well, God was a smaller version. But this is where Asta, he finally is able now to take control of, well, his body. This is where something happens. When we go into the present world, instead of Asta's skin being a palish white, it actually becomes tan color. He still stays to be like 6'1", but of course his hair becomes longer, long black hair. This is where horns actually became bigger, and of course the crown becomes even colorful crimson red with a color of purple. This is where, well, his wings are now a crimson red. His black wings are actually purple, like a very darkish purple color. This is where, well, a tail behind Asta appears. This is where, well, Asta has a total of, well, 8 wings. But, well, not 8 wings, mostly 6 wings. And, of course, mostly 4 of those wings are actually crimson red. The crimson red wings. And, of course, the other 2 are basically demonic wings. This is where, oh, Asta's eyes have actually evolved to actually being a little bit lighter color, but yeah. Let me show you. So this is what Asta's eyes kind of look like. It evolved to kind of being lighter and all that in the middle, but yeah. Of course, this is where, well, Asta has now evolved his eyes. This is where, well, they are now much more powerful, and this is where, well, his crimson red eyes also become purple. Well, kind of having red and purple in it. This is where Asta looks at Lucius. Lucius says, "What the hell? Who are you? Are you God or are you fucking Asta?" This is where Lucius tries to get up until Asta appears. Right now shoving his hand through Lucius' heart. Right now ripping out his heart. And this is where Lucius goes, "No. He dies. Asta destroys the heart in an instant. He then looks up towards Mimosa's location, and Mimosa says, "Asta?" This is where, well, Mimosa was about to get attacked by Noelle, right now in her Valkyrie form, or mostly in the kind of saint form and all that. And this is where, well, Asta appears right now blocking the sword attack and destroying the water sword. This is where Asta kind of just kicks Noelle out of the way and smashing her into, well, before was able to kind of send 2 wind blasts towards the other angels. This is where, oh, smashes behind. Of course, they fall down to the ground at high speeds. But, well, and Noelle. This is where Noelle's like, "Ah, damn it. This is bad." This is where Mimosa says, "Asta?" Asta turns around, grins with his still sharp teeth and says, "Hey, Mimosa, you shouldn't be worried about me. I should be worried about you more. Since you are my angels. And since you are my angels, I'm gonna be very worried if you girls get hurt." This is where all of them are kind of blushing. But of course, they're now kind of worried a little bit. And Asta says, "Don't worry about me. I'm fine." This is where, well, Asta says, "Can you girls kind of go help the others?" This is where, well, they all nodded. And this is where Asta kind of lands down and sees Yuno and even Noelle. Noelle was about to actually attack Asta until Yuno says, "Go help. Well, go try to stop those angels." This is where Noelle nodded, and this is where she kind of flies off. This is where Asta sees Noelle about to leave until Asta says, "No, you don't. Red lightning strike." This is where, well, Noelle smashed down to the ground, and of course she falls down to the ground in high speeds. This is where, oh, says, "No, you bastard!" He makes he makes a sword and an axe and all that, made out of wind and all that, and tries to strike at Asta. Asta dodges, and of course blocks, well, the axe with one finger, and then punches at Yuno. Yuno tried to block it with the wind sword, but of course it cracks, and of course, mostly smashes through it, and of course smashes the punch into, well, Yuno's chest, right now, sending his ass into multiple trees. This is where Asta says, Oh, you know, you will never be able to defeat me. Let me show you something that I can do. Let's do work. Well, Asta right now pulls out the grimoire, the anti-magic grimoire, and of course, the work. Well, the anti-magic grimoire actually appears with 3 swords, and those 3 swords are the Demon Destroyer, the Demon Dweller, and the Demon Slayer. This is where Asta combines all 3 of them to actually become something stronger. This is where Asta transformed all 3 blades into this called a flame blade. But yeah, of course, after Asta transforming all the blades together into that, of course, it's very long. It's like 20, like not 20. It's like 31 feet long. Also, it's pretty thick and all that. In the middle, it has this line that right now can consume any energy that Asta wants to throw at Yuno. But yeah, it has all the abilities of for the 3 different Demon Slayer weapons. But yeah, most of the Demon Dweller, Demon Destroyer, and the Demon Slayer. But yeah, this is where Asta says, "Bring it on, Yuno." Yuno then rushes at Asta, trying to attack him. This is where he says, "I won't give up, Asta. I will kill you." That's where Asta says, "You can try." This is where Asta points his sword straight towards Yuno, and a blast of, well, this kind of like anti-magic kind of just shoot through. This is where Yuno is trying to like destroy the kind of anti-magic blasts, but of course it just pierces through him because, well, you see here, anti-magic destroys anything. That's where Asta says, "You truly do not understand what you're going against. Well, I should probably kill you now." Yuno says, "I won't die." He tried to use his star magic and all that until Asta appeared, saying black. Black style. Well, he doesn't say black style. He says black hole style. Black divine Zordman slice. That's the word. Oh! It felt like Yuno got ripped into shreds, which he did. He was ripped into one spot, like a little black hole appears in front of him when there was a slash. Of course, he was cut, but then he was now sucked into this black hole, and of course, just gone from this world. Asta then looks towards Noelle, and of course, Asta decides to kill her. But yeah, that's where he goes on, kind of destroying, Lucius' army, and of course, well, the royal nobles. That's where, well, Asta easily wipes them all out. Now, of course, the Black Bulls didn't actually do shit to actually help the royals because they didn't give a shit that much. Of course, Noct did try to help, but of course, he was actually kind of pushed down by Yami, so he wouldn't do anything stupid, but yeah. Of course, all of the royals and other things were kind of taken out, and of course, well, a new kind of system of kingdom actually appears. It was actually kind of, the kind of, poor and other people are now equally able to be balanced. The first and second commander were actually taken to rule over like a government kind of system, but yeah. But it was similar to that, but they didn't really have much power, but yeah. Now, of course, Asta has became, God himself, and of course has destroyed, the Spade Kingdom, and of course the Spade Kingdom was actually ruled by, him. Well, mostly just him. Of course, he just took over Spade Kingdom, and of course has became God. Of course, the Heart Kingdom has tried to fight against him, but of course, Asta can easily destroy her in an instant, so yeah. But of course, all the royal families are actually dead, noble families are dead, but yeah, in the Clover Kingdom. This is where, Mars has become a king, and of course, he doesn't really intend to attack, not Naruto, Asta at all, so yeah. Of course, we go into a time skip of Asta kind of meeting into the Sun Country. Of course, he's only here just to visit and not really care that much. He's here with Yami, and of course, Yami actually gets attacked by his little sister, and of course, his little sister tried to kill him, and this is where, Asta had to block a sword from, Yami's little sister. This is where, Yami's little sister tries to attack Asta until Asta sends a pressure of God. This is where, she then freezes a little bit, but this is where she kind of goes into a black mode armor and tries to attack Asta. Asta sighs, and this is where he makes a katana out of nowhere, and he slashes once right in front of him and destroys the armor, and actually does cut her a little bit. This is where, she goes, damn it. This is where, fucking forgot his name. Ryuma? Yeah, Ryuma. Appears saying, "Oh, hey, Yami." That's where Yami says, "What the fuck happened to you? Why the hell you have an eye patch?" Don't ask why I have this eye patch. Just want to know one thing. Why haven't you fucking visit? Ooh, uh, bye. This is where Yami starts running, and this is where Ryuma chase after him. And this is where, Ryuma, mostly Ichira or whatever, is really shocked to see Asta be able to just destroy her kind of defense and most powerful ability. Asta walks by her, and of course, Asta just wants to kind of just get some food to see if any unique kind of food style is here, so he can kind of bring it towards his angels. But yeah, this is where, well, his angels do appear anyway because, well, they won't leave Asta's side at all. Because, yeah. But of course, it worked well. They were kind of eating, of course, it worked well. We go into an actual time skip of about a couple years later. Mostly, Asta is still God, and he's actually immortal in this world. Of course, his angels are also immortal. So, of course, he did have kids, but, yeah. But of course, well, Asta is now, well, yes, he's immortal and all them other things, and he has lived through with his family and his angels and all them other things through a lot of things. And of course, going to present time and other stuff into actual, yeah. But of course, he kind of looks over Earth in a place called the Palace of Heaven. And of course, well, he just looks over the world and galaxy and other stuff and whatever happens. Of course, he's not evil entirely. You see here, he might have God's conscience and other things. Well, he doesn't have no longer God's conscience when he just ate him for his power. Think of it how like Margin Park kind of did that towards his own God when he ate him, got back in control, and tried to fight against Warren Jim. But yeah, that's how, well, Asta did. So he's no longer needing to be God's vessel when he legit is God. But yeah. But this is the end of this what if. The end of this what if Asta was the vessel of G.O.D, also God. But other than that, have a nice potato day. And potato night, and potato, and good night. Bye.